Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, in season 9 of The Walking Dead, Daryl has had a dog that he named, well, Dog. That's just such a Daryl thing to do, to have a dog and then just name it Dog. It's such a Daryl thing to do. But some people are worried that Dog is going to be killed off in this season, or in season 10, or in season 11 of The Walking Dead. It's kind of a cliche for main characters to have a pet, and then the pet gets killed off to sort of get an emotional response from the audience. An example that comes to mind is Will Smith's dog in I Am Legend. Ezekiel's tiger in The Walking Dead. A lot of horses have died in The Walking Dead. Yeah, some people are just worried that the dog is going to die. Plus, in some ways, Daryl is kind of cursed because it seems like a lot of characters, well, especially when it comes to Daryl. I mean, I know that Daryl is one of the longest living characters on the show, and that kind of plays a part in this, but it almost seems like Daryl is cursed, and that if you get close to Daryl, you die. I mean, Daryl got close to Beth, and she died. Daryl was close to Glenn, and he died. And Daryl was close to Rick, and he supposedly died. So it almost seems like being close to Daryl, or being one of Daryl's friends, or being someone that Daryl cares a lot about, that can get you killed, unless your name is Carol. Carol's kind of the big exception. But yeah, some people are worried that, we're going to have a dog die to sort of raise the stakes and get an emotional reaction from Daryl, and have Daryl be sad and get character development and just, have a sad death in general. But Dog is not going to die in season 9. That would just be way too soon. I mean, they've already killed off Jesus. They already had Rick and Maggie leave the show. We're going to have the 12 heads on spikes, and no, Dog is not going to... Dog is not going to be one of the 12 heads on spikes. That would just be so stupid. That would... you just have, 11 heads, and then all of a sudden you got this dog head, that would not work. It would not work. I'm not saying it would be sad. I'm just saying it would be kind of out of place. Ronnie Hayes has spoken about this several times on his channel. Having Dog be one of the heads on spikes would just be really, really silly, and people would make memes about it and stuff like that. I mean, who would be really, really upset other than Daryl? I mean, some characters might like Dog, but they'd be focused on the humans. They'd be focused on their wives and their husbands and their kids and their friends being decapitated and being Walker heads on sticks. They're not going to look at this dog head laying on a stick, and Daryl would just be sort of in the corner crying to himself while everyone else is focused on the humans. It's just not. You don't want to go in that territory. You don't want to do that. You don't want Dog to be one of the heads on spikes. So Dog is 100% safe when it comes to the heads on spikes. There is no way in hell Dog is going to be one of the heads on spikes. He could die in another way in season 9, but between Jesus dying, the heads on spikes, Rick leaving, and Maggie leaving, I just think that we have enough characters that we're losing. Whether it's the cast members wanting to leave or them getting killed off, we're losing enough characters in this season. I mean, we lost Morgan and Dwight in a way because they both went to Fear the Walking Dead. So we've just lost enough characters lately. I think the heads on spikes will be more than enough to sort of tie up season 9 when it comes to character losses, character deaths. I don't think we need Dog dying on top of that, and he's not going to be one of the heads on spikes because, I just explained why he won't be. So he's not going to die in any other way because that'd be just too much. Now in season 10, it's possible they could kill off Dog during the Whisperer War. They could have Dog die a sad or a badass death during the Whisperer War in season 10. Now, me personally, I'd like him to at least make it to season 11. I just think that Daryl's suffered quite a lot on this show. I mean, Daryl's been put through the ringer, really. I mean, he kind of caused Glenn's death. He's kind of responsible for Glenn dying, and I'm sure that he feels responsible for what happened with Rick. I mean, when you think about it, he was the one that said, "Oh, I'll take you to Alexandria," and then took Rick somewhere else, and that kind of led to Rick being on his own, trying to save the bridge, stuff like that. And, I mean, Daryl's lost a lot of characters that are close to him. Daryl's cried a lot on the show. He lost Beth. That was a huge blow, a huge devastating blow for him. I mean, he had an unhappy childhood. He was whipped all the time. He's got a shitload of scars on his back. I mean, he was devastated when he lost his brother Merle. I mean, Daryl has been through a lot of loss. I mean, we've seen Daryl lose characters that he cares about and cry and suffer and be broken. I feel like killing off Dog would just be like a needless repeat of that. I kind of want to see something newer with Daryl, something besides Daryl losing someone that he cares about and being broken and making that cry face that he's practically infamous for making and being all upset and being broken. I want something a little more different for Daryl. I want something a little more refreshing for Daryl. I think that, yeah, I mean, they could eventually kill off Dog. They could eventually give Dog a sad death. I mean, when you think about it, Dog's going to eventually die anyway. I mean, Daryl's going to outlive Dog. I mean, don't dogs only live like 20, 30 years? I think it's less than 30. I mean, they don't live that long. So if the show does, more and more, time jumps, Dog could die from natural causes. I mean, maybe that's the way to go. Just have, Dog die from natural causes. I mean, how old is the Dog? I mean, is he 7, 8, 10, 12? Probably not 12. I don't know. He seems. I mean, as far as Dog years go, he seems less than middle aged, I'd say. So I don't know. I'm hoping that Dog survives season 9. Dog survives season 10. If they want to give Dog a sad death in season 11, okay, fine. I mean, there really needs to be sad deaths in every season of The Walking Dead. Now, if Dog makes it to like season 12, season 13, that'd be cool. That'd be great. I mean, I'm not against that. I don't know if that's realistic because it's The Walking Dead and there's going to be deaths every season. There's not only are there going to be deaths, but there's going to be sad deaths. And I mean, Dog's, being with Daryl, Dog's going to be mixed in with the action a lot, fighting the bad guys, fighting the walkers. Sooner or later, I'm worried that the writers wouldn't be able to resist the opportunity to have Dog, like, heroically sacrifice himself to save Daryl. I mean, you can just imagine that happening, like just clear as day, Dog somehow sacrificing himself to save, the great plot-armored Daryl Dixon. And, Daryl crying and making that cry face again and all that. And, I mean, down the line, like, I wouldn't even want Dog to die in season 10, like I said. He should at least make it to season 11 because we've already had Daryl go through enough losses and already make that cry face enough times and be broken enough times. We should at least take a break from that, At least have Daryl go a few seasons without this huge loss to someone that's really close to him. Unless it's the Heads on Spikes, because the Heads on Spikes, I mean, that's kind of inevitable. It's a big comic moment. It needs to happen. It's going to happen. If Daryl loses someone close to him in that scene, that's fine. Just not Dog. So I'm hoping that Dog at least makes it to season 11. Like I said, if he makes it to 12, 13, 14, 15, great, cool. I mean, I support that. Keep Dog alive as long as you want. I'm not against that. If he dies of natural causes or old age or something, that's fine. I mean, they're probably not going to do too many huge time skips. I mean, season 10 will probably, I mean, it might be a little bit after season 9, but I'm hoping with Judith they don't do the shit that they did with Chandler Riggs, where it's like 8 years go by in real time and they're like much older, but then in the show, oh, she's still 10 years old and she's like 18 in real life. Like, no, don't do that shit. Just in season 10, you got a little bit of leeway because I expect the Whisper War will take place shortly after the Heads on Spikes. But in season 11, make it like 8 months later, 9 months later, 10 months later. Season 12, make it a year after season 11. Season 13, make it a year after season 12. Because Judith's actress is going to age, just keep it realistic. I mean, have the show, have the timeline go with the actress's aging, and so that she's not a 15-year-old playing a 12-year-old like Chandler Riggs was. Like, don't do that shit. Don't make that mistake again. That's why I'm saying Dog could die of natural causes, because they might have every season be like literally a year later, stuff like that. So 8, 9 years later, I mean, Dog would be old, somewhat old. So I don't know. And I don't even know how much longer the show's going to be on the air. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll get like a season 11 at least. It could end after 11. It could end after 12. I don't know. So maybe Dog could survive the series. Maybe he's one of the last big sad deaths. I don't know, but I'm sure Dog will survive season 9. I'm worried about him in season 10. I hope he survives season 10. He's got my vote for sure. But I really think that Dog shouldn't die until at least season 11. And I'm not saying that because I want it to happen. I don't want to seem like an animal hater or anything. But just knowing The Walking Dead and how much it likes to kill off characters that are popular and characters you like, they could kill off Dog in season 11. They could. I wouldn't put it past them. But I'm hoping he at least makes it that far, at least. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now, we are at 427 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 500 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts. Every bit of support matters and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully, we can get to that goal of 500. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.